Okay, chapter review. Question numbers 4 to 8. Anytime you're doing these, I draw an arrow by my variable. I think of the order of operations in reverse. I want to get rid of a minus 8. You can raise your hand and tell me how to get rid of a minus 8. Yeah. Let's just add 8 to each side. I'm going to write small so I can fit all this in there. 11D equals, I'm an old guy, better line it up perfectly. If I don't do columns, I screw things up. I got 11D equals 44. Who can raise their hand and tell me how are 11 and D hooked together mathematically? Pay attention to what I'm saying so you can learn. How is 11 and D hooked together mathematically? There's no sign, no symbol. What's it doing right now? Nick?
They're right by each other.
So what are they doing mathematically? Add, subtract, perfect, multiply. How do I undo multiplying? Divide. Now, here's what's cool. We have already done inequalities, so you've reviewed this, and you know what you're doing pretty well. So, 11 divided by 11 is 1. I get D equals 4. Done. Question number 5. This is hard. I want you to circle your like terms. What's the next thing I want you to do? Some books will tell you to do this, some of them won't. I like it. What's the next thing I'm probably going to do on here? Help me organize and think. Yeah?
Add them together.
Perfect. But what do I need to put in that's not listed on the page? Put a 1 right here. Now, I owe 1G, I owe 3G. Negative 1, negative 3, negative 4G. Ooh, your phone's really bad then. Plus 6, 14. Now, I don't have to worry about my variable being on the opposite side because it's not an inequality. Inequalities, we got to have G up front. An equal sign, it don't matter. So now, I'm going to go minus 6, minus 6. 14 minus 6 is 8. 8 equals a negative 4G. This is sweet because we're coming full circle on this stuff. What do I divide by right here to get G by itself? How do I get G by itself? But most importantly, how do I get G positive by itself? Matty Bunch. Divide by how much? Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. That equal sign says I have to do whatever I want on each side of the equation equally. Negative 4 divided by negative 4. Who can tell me what negative 4 divided by negative 4 is? Not 0, but thank you for offering that little tidbit of complexity. Gerald, it's 1. 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 equals G, or G equals negative 2. Now, here's the hard part. You guys got too smart by the end of the chapter. We taught you that when you divided by negative 4, flip the sign. Flip the sign. We also taught you that if G is at the end, bring it up front. Flip the sign by bringing it up front. This would have been a double flipper with an inequality symbol. How come it doesn't matter with an equal sign? How come it doesn't matter with an equal sign? Because when I flip an equal sign, it's still the same. So I'm going to just leave that thought right there. Question number 6. Get rid of my minus 2. Always attack your work on the side of where the variable is. Variable's M. Go plus 2. Go plus 2. M over 3. That cancels. A negative 2 and a positive 2 becomes 0. Adding and subtracting 0 is the identity property. Multiplying and dividing by 1 is the identity property. M over 3 equals 3. How do you get rid of divide by 3?
Minus 3.
Multiply by 3. Multiply by 3. 3 over 3 becomes 1. Multiplying by 1 keeps the number exactly the same. Who can raise their hand and tell me what's my answer?
M equals 9.
M equals 9. Now I better slide up a little bit because I'm running out of room. Now, here's the ones that become a little bit harder because your variable's on each side. You have a choice. If I subtract 9a and I subtract 9a, I get a negative 2a on the right. I could add 10, bring a positive 10 to the right, subtract my 7a and end up with a positive 2 on the left. So it gets a little bit cool and tricky that if you look at the next steps of 2 and 3 and what you do in the future, you might pick an easier way to work. I'd like to add 10. add 10. Cancels. 9a equals 7a plus 10. Who can tell me my next step? Not everybody at once. Come on, those kids in Latvia are digging it. Minus 7a. Minus 7a. 2a equals 10. Divide by 2, divide by 2. A equals 5. Done. And lastly, number 8. It doesn't matter if you attack your numbers first or your variables first, one of these multiple step ones. I prefer to kind of just work with numbers first. I think it clicks in my head easier. I go minus 1, minus 1. 15p equals 11p plus 4p. Minus 4p, minus 4p. 11p equals, whoa, this p doesn't belong there. That's just plain old 11. 12 minus 1 is 11. So I have a positive 4p and minus 4p gives me 0 here. Then I have 15 minus 4p is 11p equals 11. Lastly, what did I divide each side by?
11.
It's kind of a lot of work all of a sudden to realize that your answer is lame. 11 divided by 11 is 1. 11 divided by 11 is 1. P equals 1. That question, I almost want to look at it again, just because I want to do it a different way, just so you see it. So I don't mind extending my video. As long as it's under 8 minutes, it'll condense fast. I did the numbers first. Let me go do the letters, the variables first. Minus 4p. Minus 4p. 11p plus 1 equals 12. Now, who can raise their hand in here and tell me, why do I not subtract 12 from each side? If I subtract 12 on each side, what ends up on the far right side? If I subtract 12 here and subtract 12 here, what's on the far? 0. I don't like leaving zeros. They get messed up when I multiply and divide, because multiplying and dividing by 0 just gets messed up. So now, I'm going to subtract my 1, subtract my 1. 11p equals 11 again. Divide by 11. P equals 1.